Hi, and welcome to my guide how to complete the Digsite quest here on 2004scape. The unknown quest requirements and the stat requirements are 10 agility and herb lore and level 25 in thieving. Items needed: a cut opal. You can buy these off another player, or you can mine these yourself in Shallow Village. You can also get these here at the quest start, but this will require some time and a chisel. A pestle and mortar that you can buy in every herblore shop. I think there are currently 3. One empty vial that you can buy from various shops, and 2 ropes. You can buy these from either Ned in Drainer Village, or from the adventuring store in Ardoin, or you could also get them here at the Digsite, but that will also require some time. And finally, also a tinderbox and some charcoal. But since the only shop that sells charcoal is on Karamja and is quite out of the way, I'm going to gather the charcoal during the quest. For the recommendations is just bring some boost of lightness and have at least 8 empty inventory slots. Do not bring anything that will weigh you down. This entire quest is basically you walking back and forth between the exam center and the dig site. For the teleports, 1 teleport to Varrock and 1 for after the quest is completed. Now where we can start this quest is north of El Kerit, southeast of Varrock at the exam center. Here you will find 3 examiners. Talk to each of them and select the first option. Can I take an exam? And you will not. You'll first need to get your letter stamped for approval by the Varrock Museum curator. So let's teleport to Varrock, or run back to Varrock, and let's go to the Varrock Museum, located north of the East Varrock Bank, north of the combat dummies. In there, let's talk to the curator, and he will stamp our letter, because why not? Next, let's go south, and southeast of the East Varrock Bank, let's steal from the tea stall. And then let's go back to the exam center to take our first exam out of 3. I have also tested what is faster. Running from the tea stall to the exam center will take 60% run energy, and using the gnome glider that is going to take you 50% run energy. So I don't really think that is worth it. Once you are back at the exam center, let's talk to any examiner and start our first exam. Now, none of the answers provided will be correct, so select any option to your liking. Since we failed our exam, we will need to talk to some students at the Digsite to provide us with some more correct knowledge. So, exit the exam center and go north. North of the exam center there are 2 paths. A brown one west going north, and an eastern one which is quite greenish. I'm going to take the eastern one. Passing a tent with a panning tray, passing the specimen tray, and next to a big blue vase there should be a green shirt student. Talk to any of these 3 green shirt students, and he will ask for his rock sample back, which he has lost. And apparently someone must have picked it up. Right-click and steal from Digsite Workman until you steal the lost rock sample. You may drop everything that you've pickpocketed, except for the rock sample and the specimen brush. The fuck? I had 25 thieving on my first account, and I'm failing more now at level 60. What crazy thing is this? Another brush. Another brush. There we go. Rock sample, number 1. Let's give this to the student with the green shirt. And that is the first student out of 3 done. And that is the first question out of 3 that we now have the answer to. Next is the orange shirt student. He should be a little bit more north. Let's talk to this student, and he will ask for another rock sample that he lost somewhere near the panning tray tent. Next, let's also continue a little bit further north and talk to the pink shirt student. She also has lost her rock sample. Right. Once you've spoken to the pink and the orange shirt student, let's go south. Back to the tent where we just came from, where there is a red dot on our minimap. Go inside that tent and pick up the panning tray. Then go east to the water and click on these fishing spots. The panning guide will stop you, and you will need to select a second option. How do I become invited then? And he will ask for some tea, which you already have in your inventory by stealing from the tea stall. And once you got invited, click on the fishing spot to fill up your panning tray. Then click on the panning tray in your inventory to search in it. Continue filling up your panning tray and searching in it until you found rock sample number 2. You will have a 7.5% chance to find this. There's also a 7.5% chance to find an uncut opal. A cut version of this item is required during this quest in about 10 minutes or so. And 50% of the time, you just find mud. Oh wow, that was quick. These nuggets that you get from panning, you will need 3 of them, and these can be converted into 1 gold ore. If you didn't get 3, then just drop them. Next, for rock sample number 3, we will need to make our way back to the exam center using the eastern walkway. And on the walkway we see a large blue vase urn thingy. Southeast of it, search the bush to find a rock sample number 3. Next, let's bring these to the orange and the pink shirt student, just north of the green shirt student. Pink and orange, here is your rock sample, give me the answer. And pink shirt student, here is rock sample number 3. There we go. Next, let's go back to the exam center and take our level 1 Earth and Sciences exam. We no longer need the panning tray, by the way, unless you still need your cut opal. Back at the exam center, let's talk to any examiner and select option 1. Yes, I certainly am. And then select option 131. The study of Earth, its contents and history. Then option 3. all that have passed the appropriate Earth Sciences exam. And then option 2, gloves and boots must be worn all times. Proper tools must be used. And you will get a specimen tray, and you will get a trowel and your level 1 certificate. When we have this, let's go back to the 3 students to talk to all 3 of them to get the answers for the second exam. Okay, that is green shirt student, orange shirt student, and then lastly, pink shirt. Where is pink shirt? I just saw you. You did not hop over the brick. Where did you go? What? How did you get past me? Anyway, once you've spoken to the 3 students, let's go back to the exam center to take the intermediate Earth Sciences exam. The answers are 3, 1, 2. Miss Examiner, let's take the intermediate exam by selecting option 1. I am ready for the next exam. And then select option 3. Samples taken in rough form, kept only in sealed containers. Then option 1. Finds must be carefully handled and gloves worn. And then option 2. Always handle with care, strike cleanly on its cleaving point. Once you have your level 2 certificate, let's do this one more time. Let's go talk to the 3 students. Though this time, the pink shirt student will ask for a cut opal. You can get this by trading another player or by chiseling an uncut opal. You can get these extremely commonly in Shiloh Village or by panning here at the Digsite at a rate of 7.5%. The success rate of chiseling an uncut opal, however, depends on your crafting level. Back at the 3 students. Let's talk to green shirt guy. Where is orange shirt guy? And then we just need to talk to the pink shirt student. And she's going to ask for a cut opal. When we have this in our inventory, we just need to talk to her twice. She just gave us a hint where we can get this opal via panning here at the Digsite, but that is just a waste of time. I just suggest you to go to Shadow Village if you have access to it. If not, then try to buy it from another player. If you don't have that option, then yeah, it is just a 7.5% chance of getting one uncut opal, and hopefully your crafting level will successfully cut it, else you'll be stuck panning for quite some time. Once you've spoken to the 3 students, let's go back to the examiner to take the advanced and the final exam. The answers are 1, 1, 3. Miss Examiner, this will be the final time we're gonna talk to you in forever. I am ready to take the last exam. Then select option 1, samples cleaned, carried only in specimen jars. Then option 1 again, brush carefully and slowly using short strokes. And then option 3, handle bones very carefully and keep them away from other samples. This will spawn the level 3 certificate in your inventory. Next, let's go and enter the western room and search the northern cupboard. In here, we'll find a specimen. Nope, that's a rock pick. Let's search the southern cupboard for a specimen jar. Next, let's go back to the dig site. We will now need to go to the most northeastern dig. Alright, with our level 3 certificate, use your trowel on the small soil next to the kneecap thingy and try to click on soil. This will give you 8 mining experience and 1 random item. Do this until you have found the ancient talisman. There's a 10% chance that you find nothing, and there's a 5% chance of you finding anything else. Because the success rate of getting the talisman is just 5%, just to hit the average rate, we will need to do this 20 times. Hopefully, we will not be going over the drop rate. What I like to do is use my trowel and right click on soil and then wait for the previous item to have spawned in my inventory and just keep doing this. Get ready to click on the soil, wait for the item to spawn in my inventory, and then click on the soil again. Whoa, that is below drop rate. That is like 17, no, 13. 14th item, nice. Once you have the talisman of Zaros, let's use this on the NPC in the western room of the exam center. You may drop everything that you have gotten from that soil. We do not need any of this. The only thing that we need is a talisman of Zaros. Now the black medium helm is a pretty interesting item, to be honest, because I think the only way to obtain this item is by digging up the soil next to that dragon massive animal looking thing. Okay, back at the exam center in the western room, let's use the talisman on the expert. And he will give us another item in our inventory. This is an invitation letter. Let's go back to the Digsite as we are now allowed into the private shafts. The first one we need to go to is the western one. West of the Digsite, there is a winch. Use your rope on it, and once it's gone, right click and use the invitation letter on any Digsite workman. Then click to continue. Next, operate the winch to climb down. Then go a little bit east and you'll find a blockade. Something that blocks you from going into the southern room. Search any of these bricks, click to continue, and then climb up back the way you came. By climbing up the rope, if I am able to find the rope, okay. Next, let's go east. And we now need to do the same at the eastern private shaft. This one is visible on your minimap. Look for a black square on your minimap. There is the second winch. Use your rope on it. Click on it again to operate, and then talk to the Digsite workman here. Let's select option 121111. Hello. I've been invited to research here. Then option 2, do you know where to find the chest key? I suppose I could use it. Please? Ah, go on. Pretty please? Ah, fuck. I misclicked, no! And pretty please with sugar on top, and we got the key. Nice. Let's go back up the rope and go south. Let's go back to the tent where we have found or picked up the panning tray. Inside of that tent there is a chest in which we find the next item that we need to proceed with this quest. We are almost done. Let's use the key on the chest to open it and then search. Click to search. We just need 1 powder, I think. Next, let's go next to the tent and there you'll find 3 barrels. Use your travel on the center one and then use your vial on that barrel to find unidentified liquid. Again, I guess you already can tell, we will need to go back to the exam center. This time we will need to use the unidentified liquid on the archaeologist expert. Now do not drop the unidentified liquid, because if you do, you'll take 25 damage. Let's use the unidentified liquid on the expert. And I use the chemical powder on him. Next, let's go back to the panning tray tent, where we found the ammonium nitrate and the nitroglycerin. Now, because this unidentified liquid is now identified, if you drop it now, it will deal 35 damage instead of 25. Back at the panning tray tent. North of it, there is a specimen tray. Search it until you found some charcoal. This is a 1 in 11 chance. So hopefully, again, you will not go dry. Oh, that's it already, nice. You may drop everything else. The only thing that we need is the charcoal, everything else can be dropped. Once we have the charcoal, let's first use the nitroglycerin on the ammonite nitrate. Do not drop the mixed chemicals, else you will take 45 damage. Next, use the charcoal on the pestle and mortar to grind it up, and then use the ground charcoal on the mixed chemicals to make a red mixed chemicals. Also, do not drop this, else you will take 55 damage. And lastly, to complete this quest, let's go back to the western winch and climb down. Here back at the western winch, let's climb down and take one of the 2 red dots next to the rope. This is a Arsenia root. Let's use this on the mixed chemicals, click to continue, and this will be a chemical compound. Do not drop this, else you'll take 65 damage. Next, let's go back to the bricks and use the chemical compound on the center brick. Click to continue, and I use your tinderbox on it. Click to continue, and this will start some kind of cutscene. Next, let's turn on our run energy and quickly grab the stone thingy, the stone tablet in the center. And let's go back the way we came from. Let's resurface and use this stone tablet on the expert to complete our quest. And congratulations, you have completed the Digsite quest. You are awarded with 2 quest points, 15,300 mining experience, 2,000 herblore experience, 2 gold bars, and either a chocolate cake or a fruity blast by talking to the curator of the Varrock Museum with your level 3 certificate in your inventory. Since I don't really care about both the fruit blast and the chocolate cake, I'm just gonna drop my certificates, and all the archaeology tools are also no longer needed. subscribe, rate and comment. Okay, thanks, bye!